Hello everybody, welcome back once again to my channel. This while it's been quite difficult for me to make a video during the time of the election, and then after the election all of us saw what really happened versus what they turned out to be that happened. During this election, actually, I don't think many people counted themselves as Igbo, Yoruba, or Hausa. I don't know why there's this division to the very day. This is the reason why. United we stand. But okay, this time around, we still try to stand united, and they still boycotted it. It's the audacity for me to be able to bully the whole of Nigeria, the youth of Nigeria. And people are ready for anything this time around. But I'm just trying to speak like to my fellow Nigerians that we should just calm down. If you know you voted the right person, the person for the change, aside the people that are trying to tell other people who they are supposed to vote, like in the aspect of, okay, so you voted Labour Party, you voted Obi, now we're going to deal with you, all of that. Seriously, if not for the revelation I had from God about this country, I would be saying raining so many curses on this country. But this country is not the problem. It's the people that are asking God. There are people that are acting like gods in this world, and God sees people as rivals, and many times when he even sees that you are even a good person and people are overpraising you and giving you so much high accolades, it will make a disgrace of you to show them that that person is a human being and he's the only God. Talk more of if you are bad, he's going to so tear you apart like the way he did to Pharaoh and the Egyptians. I'm just praying. I'll try my best not to put so much of my emotions into this election results, but to pray over it. That result was not even everywhere Labour Party won. Then it turned out that the results, calling it out from the result of everything that they've gathered, is Tinubu that won. How? Who chose him? Who chose Tinubu? Somebody that is very close to the grave. It's not an insult, or this is not even insulting. This thing is the fact. This thing is part of the revelation. This is the truth. What is going on in this country? Like, no. I was asking God that after everything that we did, after all the prayers we made, I know that many times the devil looks like it's winning until God shows himself. So we'll keep trusting in God. But if earth did not accept that result, heaven cannot accept that result, and that cannot happen. And I know that has been their system. They have always been putting the person that they want to rule, the person that is the biggest bully, is always the person that turns out to be the biggest bully of the time, always turned out to be the president of Nigeria. And I don't know why God has been keeping quiet, but what I'm saying is that if he permitted this to happen like this is not going to be the final result, first of all, because we did not agree to it. Because God said whatever we lose here on earth is losing in heaven. Whatever is agreed on earth is agreed in heaven. We do not agree for that, so he can never rule us. And this has been happening. If this has been happening, God should punish. We should deal with like the way he dealt with the Egyptians, because our enemy is supposed to be like a foreigner. But if it's the same people that we share land with, that always make it to be about tribes, you always make it to be about tribalism all the time. The division of Nigeria is actually one of the reasons, one of the things that make the country to look like it's going south. Nigeria has so much money than any country I've ever been to, and the kind of amount of money they used to call when they're talking about the funds that are spent, and you look at the thing, you cannot even see it. Nigeria is so rich that we all know that Nigeria is very rich, but you can't see it. You can't see it anywhere. except in some people's houses that they're building. People have money, they're stocking it, hoarding it. I'm just here to make this video as it's like a form of encouragement, because I know that we need to be spoken to right now. Even I believe that Peter Obi is supposed to address the people. The demand for the people is the one that people choose, because he was the most credible and the most eligible candidate, and he was the one that made the most reasonable promises of every other candidate. That man, I don't know what he's saying. I can't even understand what he's speaking. I don't know how he's going to rule. It's as if he's using it to sign out his life. I don't understand. Why are people still receiving bribe? Look at other people's country and look at your country. Even America is not better than Nigeria. Why outside people are not better than Nigeria? And once we are supposed to be creating things now, forming things, building our nation. They call us the giant of Africa, but we are acting like the dwarf. Why are we not being who we are supposed to be fully, out of greed and wickedness and tribalism? If you even check it, every time that somebody has become a president, it's not the person that the people voted for. It's another. It turned out to be what they want. I'm asking God that why is he permitting it? Since he permitted all of this while, he should do the same way he permitted it, to push punishment on them, like he did in the days of the Egyptians and the Israelites. Those plagues he sent to the enemies, to the Egyptians. Let him send it to the enemies of Nigeria. Those that do not have the best interests at heart, that have their pocket in mind in every little and big judiciary and every little and big organization that won't belong, and they're taking advantage. Let God deal with them. Please guys, I really pray, and I'm begging you people, every one of us, please do not cause riots, don't cause trouble, don't go and start fighting for this thing. Fight in prayer, go and fight on your knees. Many people say that we've been praying for Nigeria, but there is no way that your prayer that you pray since is going to work today. That's why you need to always pray. We need to stay steadfast in fasting and prayers. This is the reason why you need to stand. It's very heartbreaking, but I don't want to put my emotions into this thing, but I want to put my prayer and use Bible quotations that suit the situation to fight it out. God will not keep quiet and this will happen under his nose, unless they are God over God. They can never be God over God himself, God Almighty. These people are not the God of Nigeria. They have just been forcing themselves, and God have always been a God of justice since I've ever known him. The same God I've been reading about in the Bible, he has always been a God of justice ever since I've known him. So what is he going to do? We are going to be looking at God's face, like, look at what is happening. What are you going to do about it? So just stay steadfast in prayer and stay steadfast in prayer. Don't cause riots, don't fight, don't try to start arguing with somebody else, blah blah blah. We know what happened here. We were one Nigeria when we were doing these votes. People that voted for Peter Obi, they are from every tribe. Even the Hausas were fed up of the frustration from Buhari and all their regime. Don't mind my baby. Every time I'm with my camera, this girl wants to take the camera. She's here acting like a good person, but she just like to disturb me. So even the Hausas were tired of the bad regime. Like when I look at other people's countries and you see, isn't all these people's country that built that, created this, that created that? Can't we create clothes? Can't we create materials, create different things, form this country to the kind of country that is so because there is capability, there is capacity, there is everything, raw materials, everything that we need is in this country. Where are we running to? I damned my staying, because I've lived abroad, and abroad is not a place, it's not a dream place, to be honest with you. I've lived in 2 countries. The only thing I get from there is racism and racism and racism. I've never been happy in those places. The abroad that people sell to you is the soft life of the things that they have, the material things. Inside, many people staying abroad are not happy. Oh my goodness, I will tell you this from the depths of my heart. They're like slaves out there. Come inside your country too. Your own fellow people want to turn you to slaves. We don't do people anything. We did not do bad by existing. We were not asked for permission before we existed. We just obeyed the order and we came to this life, and we must be able to be productive and give our very best of the existence and of the existence and of the space that we live in. Because racism is very bad. It gave me traumas. I had to go through so much. Do you know how much I had to go through for my healing process, from the traumas I went through, all because I lived abroad, and from the experience I had in my very difficult time coming down to Nigeria? There's still stories. There's always stories everywhere. We can fix our own country rather than running away all the time. They are telling you about Japa. Go there after you Japa finish. When depression deal with you finish, go no how far. Oh, God will help us. This Nigeria must get better as far as I'm concerned. And I want you to say that same thing and work on it with prayers and with everything that you have. And make sure that your existence is not in vain, because anybody, we all can help this world. We all can change this world, especially where we are coming from. So you can do something about where you come from rather than always insulting and raining curses on the place. You should be like a positive impact and try to better your period of existence. And that's how we can move to the next level. May God help us all. Amen. Please don't fight, just pray. God bless you.